Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class, which is a recording of Srimad Bhagavatam class given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada at Los Angeles in 1973. We request that you should kick up the volume of your listening devices. Sometimes the volume of the recording is a little low. Okay, without further ado, we'll start the class. Hare Krishna.
Translation: O Lord of the universe, Soul of the universe, O Personality of the form of the universe, please therefore sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis.
Pandava and Vrishni dynasty. Kunti belongs to both families. She is the daughter of the Vrishni family and the wife and mother of the Pandava family. So, generally, a woman has got affection both for the father's family and husband's family. So she is asking Krishna that I am a woman, generally I am attached to my family. So kindly cut off my this attachment, so that thoroughly I can be attached unto you. This is the purpose. Because without you, either my this family or that family, opulence and everything, that is all zero. So, falsely I am attached to these families. My business is to be attached unto you. This is bhakti. Bhakti means to be free from the attachment of this material world and to become attached to Krishna. Because you have to attach to something. You cannot become unattached. That is not possible. So, in order to become attached to Krishna or to enter into the devotional service of the Lord, one has to become detached from this material affection. That is one. Ordinarily, they go to Krishna for maintaining the attachment with this material world. Just like, oh God, give us our daily bread. That means I have got attachment of this material world, and to live in this material world, I must have supplies of material things so that I can maintain my status quo. This is called material attachment. People go to God for securing the material position. That is, one sense it is good, but that is not wanted. To become free from material attachment, that is required. Not that I worship God to increase my opulence in the material world. That is not wanted. So, bhakti means detachment. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yogam. Bhakti yogam means detachment. Our suffering is due to our attachment. Because we are materially attached, I am desiring so many things materially. Therefore, Krishna is giving me opportunity to enjoy that material facility. Whatever I want, whatever I desire, of course I must deserve. First deserve, then desire. Suppose if I want to become king, so I must have pious activities behind me so that I can become king. But Krishna can fulfill whatever you want, Krishna can give you. Krishna can give you mukti, liberation. The Mayavadi is mukti. But he does not give very easily bhakti, that he does not give. Krishna can give you all material gifts, even up to mukti, if you want. But when he gives bhakti, that is special consideration. Because when he gives somebody bhakti, he becomes purchased by the bhakta. So therefore he considers Krishna become a tool in the hands of bhakta. Although he is so the supreme powerful, just like Radharani, the symbol of the topmost bhakti, Radharani. So she has purchased Krishna. She has purchased Krishna. She is so powerful. Therefore Vaishnavas, they take shelter of the lotus feet of Radharani. So that if she recommends, oh, here is a nice devotee, Krishna has to accept. So, to become a devotee of the Lord, we have to be completely cleansed of all material attachment. That is the qualification. Vairag. That is, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wrote 100 verses praising Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he became a student of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, out of that, one or two verses are mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. One of them is, this is the statement, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Shikkhartameka Purusha Purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sarira Dhari Kipam Buddhijas Tamahang Prapadde. Sarma Bhattacharya is offering his prayer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has now assumed the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Shikkhartam. Just to teach people how to become a pure devotee of Krishna. A pure devotee of Krishna. So Vairagya Vidya, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was only 24 years old. He is lovable wife, beautiful wife, very serving mother, so affectionate mother, but he gave up everything, took sannyas. So much honored, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was Grihastha, he was so much honored that by only direction of his finger, lakhs of people would immediately join him. As he started the civil disobedience movement against Kaji. So his position was very respectable in Nadia. Young man, beautiful, his body, nobody can compare with his beautiful body. Young wife, faithful wife, beautiful wife, mother, affectionate, position, everything. But he gave up everything. Vairag. This is called vairag, renouncement. If somebody has nothing to possess, if he says, I have renounced everything, what is the meaning of renouncement? If you have something, then you renounce, then there is meaning. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's renouncement is unique. Nobody can give up such happy home, his honor, his position, his affection from mother, wife, friends, students, everywhere. Advaita Prabhu, although his father says he was honoring Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, still he gave up everything. Why? Just to teach us. Apani achari Prabhu jivere sikhaya. He is teaching the whole world how one has to become detached. That is his personal teaching. How one can become devotee of Krishna, his personal teaching. That was detected by Rupa Goswami. Therefore, when he first saw Chaitanya, not first, second time, after resigning his post as minister, when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Prayag, so he offered his obeisances, falling back. Namo Mahavadannaya. He first addressed, most magnanimous. Most magnanimous. Namo Mahavadannaya. Krishna Prema Pradayati. Oh, you are distributing love of Krishna. Krishna prema pradad. Love of Krishna is not very easy thing. By love you can purchase Krishna. So, the love of Krishna is not an easy thing obtainable, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed this love of Krishna to anyone, to everyone, even to Jagai Madai. So Narottam Das Thakur therefore has sung in his song, Papi tapi joto chilo, Hari name uddharilo, Tara sakhi Jagayar Madai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so magnanimous that he delivered all kinds of sinful men, jato chilo, and simply allowing them to chant Hare Krishna mantra, delivered. Tar sakhi Jagayar Madai. Now, at that time, there was two Jagai Madhais, but at the present moment, by the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his process of teaching, how many Jagai Madhais are being delivered? So it is possible. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is pleased, then he can give Krishna prem, love of Krishna to anyone. Doesn't matter what is his qualification. He gives. If a person who is giving in charity, he can select any man. You take. So that is power of Sri Chaitanya. Otherwise, Krishna prem, to understand Krishna is very, very difficult. Manusyanam sahasrishu kaschit jadati siddha. Out of many millions of people, they are trying to make life successful. Nobody knows. They are simply working like animals. They do not know how to make the human life successful. The human life is successful when he understands Krishna. Otherwise he remains an animal, that's all. Anyone who is not Krishna conscious, one who does not know what is Krishna, is no better than animal. He is animal. So this is going on. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this concession to the fallen souls of this age that you simply chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will be delivered. Kirtanadiva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parang Braje. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special concession. Otherwise, a devotee, Kunti, is not ordinary devotee. She has become one of the relatives of Krishna, and Krishna has come to offer her respect. So, Kunti is not an ordinary devotee. Still, she says that Krishna, kindly help me to become detached from this family attachment. I am attached to two families, my father's family and my husband's family, Vishnishu and Pandavishu. So the purpose is that one has to become detached from this so-called society, fancy, love. These will entangle us. One has to become free from this attachment. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam. So long I shall think that I belong to this family, I belong to this nation, I belong to this religion, I belong to this scholar, I belong to so many things we have created. There is no possibility of becoming Krishna conscious. No. So long I shall think I am American, I am Indian, I am African, then we are attached. So long I am thinking that I belong to this family, that family, then I am attached. So long I am thinking I am father of this, mother of this, husband of this, wife of this, that is attachment. So we have, these are designation, because I am spirit soul. All these attachments, they belong to the body. But I am not this body. That is the essence of understanding. If I am not this body, then I am whose father? If I am not this body, then I am whose mother? The Supreme Father, Mother is Krishna. We are simply playing the part of father, mother, sister, this, that. Then on the stage, the Maya, the material nature, is causing to dance like this, that you are father of this, you are mother of this, you are member of this family, member of this nation. This is our dancing, monkey is dancing, yes. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankar vimuratma karta ham miti mannate. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, Prakriti, the nature, because that living entity has associated with this certain quality of nature, the nature is making him dance in that quality. I am thinking, I am this, I am that, I am that, I am that. This is the basic principle of understanding. One should know, that is freedom, that I do not belong to anything of this bodily connection. Because to conceive in the bodily concept of life, saeva gokhara, yashatma buddhi kunapeti dhatu, I am not this. This is most essential education. Unfortunately, the so-called scientists are making more and more attached to this body. How much misleading they are. Therefore I am speaking to our scientist friend that now it is the time for making propaganda amongst the so-called scientists, philosophers, leaders, politicians, because they are misleading the whole people of the world under the bodily concept of life. They are fighting. So the opportunity of becoming Krishna conscious, this is the human life, they are checking that, stopping that. Greatest enemy of the human civilization, these rascals. These rascals who is checking Krishna consciousness or God consciousness and alluring them in different concept of life by designation, they are the greatest enemy of the human society. They are checking the progress of human life. If we accept evolutionary theory, by evolution we have come to, actually we have come from aquatics to plants and trees and then insects and beasts, birds. In this way we have come to this human form of life. Now what is next evolution? That they do not know. Next evolution is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. You read carefully. What is that evolution? Janti deva vrata deva. Now the next evolution is, if you want to go to the higher planetary system, you can go. They cannot know, they do not know what are these higher planetary systems. They see every night, there are so many planets, stars. But from this Shastra we can understand that the higher planetary system means the material comforts available there many, many times more than in this planet. You live in this planet almost for 100 years, but in the higher planetary system you can live which you cannot calculate, just like Brahma's life, stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra juga pajjantam arahajjat brahmano vidu. Brahma 12 hours, even you cannot calculate your mathematical figures. But one has to die. Nobody can live permanently within this, even if you have got a long duration of life. So these facilities you can get in higher planetary system if you prepare yourself. Janti deva vrata devan, pitrin janti pritivrataha. Similarly, you can go to the Pitri lokas. You can meet there your forefathers, if they are, of course, eligible. And Bhutejat, if you want, you can remain here. And Madhyajinopi janti mam. And if you become a devotee of me, then you can come to me. This is the position. If you like, you can go to hell, you can go to the heaven, you can go to back to home, back to garden. This is your position. Therefore, intelligent person should think over that if I have to prepare for my next life, why not prepare for going back to home, back to Godhead? This is intelligence. If I have to work to go to the higher planetary system or lower planetary system, because this body will be finished, next body I will have to accept. So, what kind of body I shall accept? That is stated in the Shastras. Urdham gachanti sattasva. Read Bhagavad Gita, these things are there. Those who are in the modes of goodness, goodness means avoiding these four principles of sinful life. Even if you do not become a pure devotee of the Lord, if you follow the principles, the regulative principles, then you remain in goodness. And if you remain in goodness, then your next life is in the higher planetary system, even not going back to home. You'll get that opportunity. So, everything is there. We have to utilize our intelligence. Then this life is meant for that. But if we waste our life, misuse this opportunity of human life just to live like the cats and dogs, ahara nidra, eating, sleeping, mating and defending, then we are spoiling. But these rascals, they do not know. They do not believe that there is next life. As I have told you many times, that Professor Kotovsky in Russia, he said, Swamiji, after this body is finished, everything is finished. He's a big professor. He's saying like that. Our scientists also, they have no knowledge. Still they are passing as scientists, philosophers and misleading persons. This is our greatest grief. Therefore I am requesting you all, just make a plan to face these rascals and defeat them. They are misleading the whole human society. Now the Krishna consciousness movement should take this turn. They may not think that these boys and girls and so-called Krishna, they are sentimentalists chanting and dancing. That is of course the ultimate goal. But they do not understand. They think that we are simply sentiments. We are the greatest scientists. We are the greatest philosopher. We are the greatest humanitarian. They should know that. We're standing there. So, as Krishna has got two businesses, paritranam sadhunam vinasaya cha duskitam. Two business. He is giving protection to the sadhus, to the devotees, just like Krishna is giving protection to the Pandavas, to the Vishnus, because they are devotees. And similarly he is killing Kansa, Aghasur, Bakasur. I think his killing business was a major business than protection. From the life of Krishna, you see in the Krishna book. So if you can take in statistics, how much time he devoted for killing and how much time he devoted for protecting, we shall see he devoted more time for killing. You see? So that is also Krishna's business. So those who are Krishna conscious, killing we don't mean that you take weapon. That is not possible in this. Neither you have got the strength. If you kill, then you will be killed also. Not that. But there are two kinds of victory. By logic, by reason, by education, you can kill their demonic propensities. That is also killing. If one is demon, and if you can turn into a devotee by your logic, by your arguments, then that is also, he is killed. His demonic principle is killed. Now he is a saintly person. That is also killing. Not that. Kali Yuga, they are already very poverty-stricken, poor. So this physical killing is too much for them. They should be killed by argument, reason, scientific proposition. This should be one of the propaganda of Krishna consciousness movement. Because these people, the so-called scientists and philosophers, is misleading. Misleading in this sense that they have no information, that everything is coming out from life. They are proposing that everything is coming from matter. Their basic principle, the original cause, they find out some material adjustment. The other day, in the California University, one big man came. He is proposing same thing. So our Sarup Damodar proposed that if we supply you all the ingredients, can you produce life? He said, I do not know. You see? He, in the category of I do not know, and he is still a professor, he is a scientist. How he can be scientist if he do not know? If he in the list of I do not know, how he can be teacher? This is cheating. A teacher can be in the list of teacher if he does know. Yes, I know. That is teacher. If he says I do not know, then what kind of teacher he is? He is a rascal. Cheater. One must teach on the seat of a teacher if he knows things as they are. So that is gone. One does not know things as they are. Still they have become teacher. That is the defect of the modern civilization. So, by here, Kunti is addressing Krishna. Vishesha. Vishwa means the universe. Isha means the Lord, the controller. So Vishesha, he is controlling. He is controlling. So nicely, the universal affairs are going on. The sun is rising just in due time. Everything is going on nicely. There is no mismanagement. Everyone can understand. The seasons are changing. The seasonal fruits and flowers, they are coming out. Everything is going nicely. But how things are going nicely if there is no controller? But they have no common sense. If we see any establishment very nicely going on, we immediately understand the manager or the director or the controller of this institution is very nice. Similarly, if we see things of this universal affairs are going on very nicely, then we must know that there is a good controller. Who is that controller? That controller is Krishna. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Maya dhakshena prakriti suyati sacharacharam. Therefore he is addressed Vishesha, oh the controller of the universe. So a devotee should know what is Krishna. They picture simply Krishna as if simply embracing Radharani, that's all. That is also very, in a obnoxious way. This rascal, they take it, the dealings of Radha and Krishna as ordinary boys and girls dealing. And they don't understand that such pictures should be avoided. Krishna is the controller. Let there be one picture how Krishna is controlling the whole universe. That picture want. Not these cheap pictures, imitating our rubbish behavior with boys and girls. These pictures we do not want. We want picture how Krishna is controller, how he is controlling the universal affair, Vishesha. Vishesha, Vishyatman, Atman. The living force must be there. Unless there is living force within this body, as this body cannot move, cannot work nicely, similarly, within this universe, cosmic manifestation, there is the living force, Vishnu, Khirodaksai Vishnu, or Paramatma, Ishara Sarvabhutanam, Riddesha Arjuna Tishtati. That is Vishyatman. We should know that. How this world is moving, how this universe is acting. But these rascals, they do not know. They should learn from this Bhagavad. Vishyatman, Vishesha, Vishwamurti, and his manifestation, universal form, just like Krishna's exhibited before Arjuna. Arjuna wanted to see his universal form, and Krishna immediately showed him. So this Vishyatman, Vishesha, these are Krishna's opulence, Vibhuti. But in his original form, he is Krishna, two hands playing on the floor. That is his original form. The universal form is causal because Arjuna wanted to see Arjuna as a devotee, so he showed him. That is not actual form. Just like a person, he may dress himself as a king or something, but that is not his real appearance. His appearance at home. So Krishna's real form is Vrindavan, at home. That is real form. And all other forms are expansion of his plenary portions. Advaita Achyuta Anadi Ananta Rupam in the Brahma Sangita. Ananta Rupam. He can expand himself in millions and millions of forms. Ananta Rupam. But Advaita, but he is one. Advaita Achyuta. Achyuta means who never falls, infallible. So Krishna's infallible, not infallible, Krishna's real form. In any form he is not fallible, he is Achyuta. But his real form is the Dibhuj Miralidha. Dibhuj, two hands having a flute in the hand. That is real form. Therefore, Kunti Devi is addressing that you have got universal form, but the form in which you are standing before me, that is your real form. Satha Vishesha Vishyatman Vishwabhuti Sakeshu me. Saka means kinsman. Own. We are thinking. This is my own, this is my own. Atha griha chetra sutapta vittai janasya mohoyam. This is moho, illusion. How these illusions come into existence? The illusion comes. First of all, there is natural affinity, attraction for man and woman. A man is seeking after woman, woman is seeking after man. That is in human society, in bird society, beast society, everywhere. Even flies, insects, you will see that one female is attached to the male, male is attached. So this is the beginning of material attachment. Then By attachment, when one male finds out another woman, or woman finds out another man, they unite. So this attachment becomes fixed up again. Already there is attachment, and as soon as they are united, that attachment becomes more firm. Tayor mitha hri dayaganthi maho. I have already got attachment. But when I am again united, actually, that attachment increases. Now, after the attachment increases to some degree, the next degree is find out nice apartment to live together. There is another increase of attachment. Then we have got an apartment, find out some means of earning money. Formerly they were earning, there was no factories. Everyone has to earn his livelihood by agriculture, kshetra. Ata griha kshetra. The first of all, apartment must be maintained by working, by earning something, griha kshetra. Then when everything is settled up, now you must have a son, children. Yes. Ata griha kshetra suta apta. Then we shall, we must have some friends will come and eulogize me, oh, you have such nice apartment, nice wife. Ata griha kshetra suta apta vitta. Then to maintain all this, we must have money. Money, 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 money. Sweeter than honey. In this way, our attachment increases. Attachment increases. Therefore, the first education is the students to teach them brahmachari. The brahmachari means don't be attached. If you can, you avoid all this nonsense. That is brahmachari. Try to avoid, better. If not, enter. Then after some time, vanaprastha. Now I have indulged so much to this attachment. Now leave the home. That is called vanaprastha. At that time the wife goes as assistant and the man travels all over the pilgrimages to become detached. Then after 2 months, 3 months, he again comes home, sees the children are doing nice, again go ahead. This is called beginning of detachment. When the detachment is complete, then the man asks his wife, now you go, live with your children, I am taking sannyas. This is final detachment. So the whole thing is for detachment. Therefore, Kunti is asking, kindly help me to detach from this family attraction. This is the instruction of Kunti Devi. Thank you very much.
Wonderful lecture by Srila Prabhupada. Devotees, this is always so much that we learn. And thank you for all coming on to hear Srila Prabhupada. Now, hopefully, as he was preaching, we could see ourselves, especially towards the end, in the picture, how we have bound ourselves all the way up to this detachment. But then he talks about releasing, how one can be released from it through the ashrams. First, the education is brahmachari, and then on to, as he explained, stepwise, all the way up to the detachment at sannyas, and then the lady lives with the children, like that, the final detachment, which was what he explained at the very end. So many of us are grihastas, and we should understand that this is the steps that we need to take in order to finally detach so we can go back to Godhead. This is a spiritual world is what where we're trying to go to. The material world is the place we're trying to leave. Therefore, that's why it's important to detach materially. And finally, she showed us the way because many of us are attached at this point. Hare Krishna. Any realizations, any questions, please unmute yourself and let's have some Krishna Katha, some conversation. Hare Krishna. So anybody?
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, August Prabhupada.
Except mine, go to your Papa.
I was going in and out because of my connection issue, but I heard the earlier part of the lecture when Prabhupada said how the nature makes us dance. I really liked that point, that when he said how the nature makes us dance, because what's coming to my mind, there's this really famous picture in Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita with the puppets, it's like a puppet show where the energies are above behind the scene, and we are being pulled like puppets with this the strings, I think is what it's called, and we are dancing according to the modes of the material nature. And the way Srila Prabhupada mentioned it is, yes, we are actually dancing. That word dance is so powerful that it made me think, what will it take for us to stop dancing according to the modes of material nature, is to really take up the Krishna consciousness. And another point that he was mentioning is how people in this world, so many people are suffering because they're dancing with the modes of the material nature. And we have the medicine, we have the answer to help them to get out of that nature, of attachment, we have the medicine to help them get out of allowing themselves to dance. So that was a very powerful point that had me really thinking quite a bit. Thank you, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Yes, we're dancing according to the material nature, and as he quoted, but Prakritikri Amanani Gune Kalamani Sarvasa. Ahankara Vimudatma Katahamiti Manyate. There's this person that's bewildered, thinks that they are going on according to their own decisions and so on. And it seems that way. We make decisions, we do this, we do that. But actually, we are under the modes of material nature. That's actually what's controlling us. But we don't we don't see that. We are very much controlled. And let's give one example, and then the others want to share some more they can. One example is very, very much in our lives, but we think that we're still in control. And that example is the weather. What are we going to do today? Well, it depends on what the weather is. So the weather actually literally causes us to decide to do some things and not some things, and some things and not other things. So we're controlled like that. And especially when the weather, and if we don't believe that, just consider when the weather gets very severe. Then all the plans that we say we had, we can't do it. But if you can't take your plans and perform based on your plans, then you're not really the controller. You're being controlled by what stopped you from making those decisions. And that's the weather. And that's just one example. Suppose the sun did not come out. What are we going to do? It will be very, very different. It will be the main talk. How come the sun didn't come? And it rains and it floods, and people's homes are all flooded. What do? You go back to your normal things? Of course not. So the weather alone can make decisions, can cause us. So we're really at the mercy of the weather the whole time. If it's nice, then we can do. And if it changes, there's nothing we can do about it. Nobody can do anything about it. It's still, we think we're in control, but we're not. So this is not the best place to be, and that's why Kunti Maharani is saying, please let me detach from these two families, the one from my husband, and then the other one from my own material family, my father's family. Please detach me from this family. And Srila Prabhupada, the two families. And Srila Prabhupada says, this is the instruction of Kunti Devi. Everyone that's married is in that situation. They have the family from the spouse, we call them in-laws, and then we have our own material family where we were born and raised from, in that particular family. All material. So he says, Please detach me from those. If you have a family of all devotees, yeah, then you still can be with them and care for them and work together, because then the whole family understands that devotion service comes first. And if we don't understand the devotion service comes first, we will never grow in devotion. Devotion service comes first. Everything else is second or third. And that's how we grow in Krishna consciousness. Any other points? Any other take homes to devotees? Please unmute yourself and share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada Pranam. Yeah, very
Hare
nice
Krishna.
lecture by Prabhupada. In
Yeah.
early
Hare
some of the paragraph, Prabhupada mentions topmost devotee is Radharani, and devotee takes the shelter of Radharani because Radharani has achieved Krishna, and if you take a shelter of Radharani, we'll get the mercy of Krishna. I like that point Prabhupada was mentioning on that earlier.
Hare Krishna. Yes. It takes you out to a Radharani.
Yeah.
I mean, something else that's very important for devotees to understand. Radharani's personality is all devotion. It's all bhakti. Krishna has come as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the same mood as Radharani. As far as behavior, as far as devotion, literally, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is identical to Radharani. Not in form, but in behavior. And on top of that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the mercy of Krishna. Radharani can say, this is a nice devotee, and because she herself is in the position that she is, so when she says, as you mentioned this, Prabhupada said, and you repeated it, when she says to Krishna, this is a nice devotee, Krishna will accept that devotee, take that devotee back to Godhead. Lord Chaitanya is teaching us how to develop love of Godhead. And he's giving us a very, very easy way to do it, to chant the holy name of the Lord. So yes, you can in fact chant the Radharani's name in order to get favor of Radharani so that Krishna will favor us. But the easiest way, Krishna's program as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is for us to develop love from Krishna. From love of Krishna, Krishna Prema comes through chanting. So in one sense, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually giving us an easy and a direct way in which to connect with Krishna. And in Kali Yuga, it's been made very, very, very easy. Chant the holy name of the Lord. So yes, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is helping us. Srimati Radharani, but Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken this Varanakya Mahabhav, the highest form of prema of the Lord. He came like that. And so the more devotees concentrate on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the better off they are. Although definitely, and in Vrindavan, they chant Jai Radhe Jai. But if you concentrate on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you develop love for Krishna, and chanting Hare Krishna also takes you back to Godhead. So both are there. Whereas the Prabhupada is saying, we could never understand Krishna without the help of Lord Gauranga and Lord Nityananda. It is through them that we connect with Krishna. Hare Krishna. I'm not saying you're wrong, you're not, but just want to add that point that the easier way to get to Krishna is actually through chanting the holy name of the Lord. And that is through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who already has Radharani's mood. So with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we don't miss Radharani at all, because he came and operated and taught based on Radharani's mood. Hare Krishna. Any other points? Hare Krishna. Okay, so I'll share some of my takeaways. Wrote a few things down. Srila Prabhupada's lectures are absolutely wonderful.
Damodar Prabhu raised a hand.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Damodar. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept
Thank you. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Sorry, I almost missed you.
All glories to the devotees on the call. It's again a very nice class. Of course, I was like doing some service and I didn't hear the first half of it, but later on I heard one of the points that I uh, remembered from other classes that again Prabhupada made the point that like many times people see pictures of Radha and Krishna when they are embracing, or Krishna is putting hand on Radharani's shoulder or something like that, and uh, people think that it's like we me and my partner. So, but it's not like that, because the there is a difference between the relationship of Radha and Krishna and the relationship what we see in the material world. So that point where Prabhupada made that we should try to avoid such pictures of Radha and Krishna. That is one thing I have uh, heard a couple of times earlier as well. Or we should not look at the picture in that mood. And the other point that towards the end that Prabhupada makes about not getting too much entangled into our family life, or like that. He says that there is brahmacharya ashram, then grihastha, and then vanaprastha. So I remember I like that the point where Prabhupada tells we should one should learn brahmacharya, that not being attached, and we should keep away. uh, and then when if then we can enter grihastha ashram and then go to vanaprastha vanaprastha ashram. So even in India now, Radhesham Prabhu is starting this ISKCON Vanaprastha services, IVS. So the devotees who are senior by age and experience in Krishna consciousness, so they are engaging more of these devotees in leading the temple services. So like that. So it's a very nice actually what they have started, a new thing over there. So and one more point, during I keep hearing these classes about how a grihastha should lead a life, because I might be entering. So over there, many times devotees mention, these are like very senior devotees uh, in Krishna consciousness. So they many times tell that if we care for someone uh, really from bottom of our hearts, we should engage them, and we should ourselves engage in Krishna consciousness or devotional service. That will be the best care one can take of anyone they are meeting. So yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, so if you definitely pull a person towards Krishna consciousness, you have done the greatest welfare work for that person. There's no question about it. And of course, the description of the different ashrams from Brahmacharya up to sannyas, as Srila Prabhupada also talked about. It's a very nice takeaway how we should plan our lives. Towards at the very end, this is how he said it. Said it. And of course, detachment, very important. Detachment from material life. Any other point? Okay. So Kunti Maharani is requesting detachment from the family ties. Family where he came from, the Vishnus, and then the family where he was married into the Pandava. Pandavas too, Vishnus too. So Srila Prabhupada started by saying to become free from material attachment is actually wanted. And very important point that hit me is that our suffering is due to material attachment. Literally, our suffering is due to material attachment. So then later on, he proved it. But whatever we want, says Krishna can give all the way up to mukti, whatever we want. But he doesn't give bhakti easily because in bhakti, the devotee purchases Krishna, which means if the devotee is in love with Krishna in bhakti, and the devotee wants some things done to serve Krishna, Krishna adjusts the situation, his own situation, in order to actually please the bhakta. He did so many times for the Pandavas. He was a messenger for them, he was a chariot driver. He washed the feet of those who came for the Rajasuya sacrifice in the past. All of that Krishna was doing. Some even renunciation, menial type tasks he did. So bhakti purchases Krishna, and that's why he doesn't give that so easily. So he will give mukti, even mukti, liberation, he will give. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna assuming the role of a devotee. Then he talked a little bit about Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He's a very learned scholar. He became Lord Chaitanya's student. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed vairagya, detachment. He gave up everything. He had a very nice wife, wonderful situation at home with the mother and the father, all of that. Even he was teaching his students, even that he stopped. And Rupa Goswami also saying he gave up a ministerial post with the Nawab, and then he came and met Lord Chaitanya. When he met Lord Chaitanya, he offered dandavats, full, flat, laying on the ground to offer his obeisances, and called him Namo Mahabharanyaya, the most munificent form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was giving love of Godhead freely to anyone. Until Papa made the point, if a person is given in charity, he can choose anyone. So even Jagai and Madai were chosen and given that gift, the charity, Krishna consciousness. So the concession, it's not easy to be Krishna conscious, but the concession that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given is that you chant Hare Krishna, and from that mantra, you will be delivered. That is a concession. So Kunti wanted to be delivered from the husband's family and the father's family. We should be detached from the so-called family in order to be fully Krishna conscious. Attachment is due to the body, but we are not the body. So we are thinking we are father, mother, son, daughter, uncle, and so we should know that we are not to be attached to this body. And then he talked about the scientists. The scientists are doing things to make people get more and more attached to the body. So then he called the scientists the greatest enemy of human society because they're not directing the minds of human society towards what would deliver them. Krishna consciousness. They're producing more and more ideas and products, all in the material energy, and people are thinking that life is getting better, and therefore they stick to that, and then they get more and more entangled. Some of them not even realizing that they're getting more and more entangled. Yet, Prabhupada says we come to the human platform after so many other bodies that we got into, from aquatic type bodies and trees and insects and reptiles and birds and animals. We come to human life, so it's not to be wasted. So we can go to the high planets. He said that if people obey the regulated principles and do nothing, you will come to the mode of goodness. Do nothing more, that is transcendental stuff like chanting, serving, and so on. That will put you in the high planetary system. But we all know you get extended sense gratification, life becomes longer, the lifetime becomes longer, but you're only there for a while, and then you come back to the medium planets where we are at this point. So you don't get out of the material world. So we shouldn't waste our lives in sense gratification. Krishna has two things that he does. He says he's giving protection to the devotees and also killing the demons. And interestingly enough, Prabhupada said he actually spent more time killing the demons. Now we can't actually physically kill any demons, but we can kill the demon mentality, the demoniac mentality, by logic, by argument, or and scientific proposition in Krishna consciousness. Just like the scientists say the life comes from matter, but if you give the scientists all the material ingredients, can they make a person or a life? They're replying that they don't know, but then they are the teachers. So how can they be proper teachers? They are cheaters. So that's the defect of modern society. Everything is going on nicely in the world because there is a controller. The controller is Krishna. And then, of course, the point that Mr. Gopal brought up, and Damodar also. We want pictures of how Krishna is controlling the material nature. Not only the Krishna embracing Radharani, because people just take it imitating like a boy and a girl physical attraction. But Krishna is a controller. Therefore, it would be good to have pictures of how Krishna is also controlling the material nature. So, and he talked about Krishna's original form, 2 hands, playing the flute like he is in Vrindavan. Sometimes we see the universal form, but that's just an expansion, a plenary type expansion, all the other forms. But his original form is 2 hands. And that's the one that, of course, at that time, when Kunti was around, that was the form that he showed everybody, his original form. So we should actually get detached, because if we attach to material things, that's illusion, moha. Man meets a woman, becomes attached, then they look for an apartment, then one thing after another, and then finally we have to have money, and then we become very much attached. And then Srila Prabhupada finally offered the solution. First, the education is brahmachari. Brahmachari starts with detachment from material things. Then, if we want, grihasta. But grihasta is married life in Krishna consciousness, not grihamedi, which is just all material stuff. Then vanaprastha, where we retired, the children are grown, then the man can take sannyas and the woman can live with the grown children in Krishna consciousness. So that is the method. So Kunti is asking for detachment. This is detachment from this family attraction. That is the instruction of Kunti Devi. So we all have to be careful about material energy so we don't get wrapped up in it and have to take another body. Hare Krishna. So that was some of the things, the notes that I took. Any other questions or final comments? We're a little past the hour now, so actually we can stop now if you want.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, nice points and collection, Prabhu. So always, would like to, think on the point, Krishna doesn't give to devotee easily, yeah. But at the same time, we see that, when we take 1 step towards Krishna, Krishna takes 10 steps towards devotee.
Yes,
So,
that's his affection.
Yes, this point seems to be a little contradictory.
Well, it may seem like that. But the point is, the other types, see, when you're comparing to the other types of favors that Krishna can give, then bhakti doesn't become so easy. And you can go to the heavenly planets. Papa says, just obey the regulative principles and do nothing but obey the regulative principles, which will put you in the mode of goodness, and you get to go to the heavenly planet. That is nothing to him. But you have to work on yourself a little more if you want to be a bhakta. You have to work on yourself. And Maya will also, give you some challenges that you have to try to overcome. So it's not as easy. I mean, literally, our devotees, our life changed. Non-devotees are not taking an hour and a half, 2 hours a day to chant 16 rounds. But devotees are doing it. Whether the Prabhupada says you have to do the 16 rounds, if you're initiated, if you haven't finished, you don't even go to sleep. How many commies do that? They don't do that at all. They don't feel obliged to have to stay up because of something connected with Krishna. So yeah, it has its challenges. Whereas the devotee, non-devotee life, people do whatever they want. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Any other comments? Okay. And I think also on the chat, Nupu was saying Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna, then accept on humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Vanchakapatarubhesya kripa sindhve eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful lecture.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Glory to Srila Prabhupada.